So in this video, we're going to be discussing the electrical system of the heart, right? This is also going to be known as your heart's pacemaker, and this starts with the sinoatrial node. The sinoatrial node, as you can see right over here, my arm gets cut off, but you can see it, right? This is going to have a bunch of charged particles, otherwise known as ions, like sodium ions, potassium, and calcium ions, and they are not quite like other heart muscle cells or cardiac muscle cells. The SA nodes have a very unique way of slowly leaking sodium ions into the cell. As the SA node slowly leaks sodium ions into the cell, they're going to let these positively charged ions trickle in, and that gradual influx is going to make the cell less negative over time, and it's going to create what is known as the pacemaker potential or an action potential. Over time, this will reach a tipping point, kind of like a voltage-gated calcium channel, and then a rush of positively charged calcium ions will come and flood in the cell. This sudden change is going to be known as depolarization, and that's the spark that's going to start a heartbeat. Now for the next beat, the cell needs to become negative again. So the potassium channels are going to open, which are going to allow for positively charged ions to rush out of the cell. This is going to allow an outflow of the positive charge inside the back of the cell, going back to its negative resting state, and that's going to be known as repolarization. Calcium influx causes depolarization, whereas potassium outflow is going to cause repolarization. And this continuous cycle is going to make your heart contract. The SA node is then going to spread that information to the rest of the heart so that the rest of the heart can go through pumping blood throughout this beautiful organ. And that's where the conduction system is going to come into play. Next is the AV node, which is right there. It's going to briefly delay that electrical signal before allowing it to pass on to the ventricles, which is where my face is. And this delay of allowing this delay allows blood to fill the ventricle itself. Then the electrical signal is going to go through the bundle of His, and this bundle is going to split into two branches, which you can see the right branch and the left branch, which are going to carry those electrical signals down to the bottom of the heart and then fan out through the fibers known as the Purkinje fibers. And these fibers are going to spread those electrical impulses rapidly throughout the muscle cells of both ventricles, which is going to cause them to both contract powerfully and pump blood, out to the lungs and the rest of the body. This is happening kind of simultaneously, so it's not like blood is going to go from one area to the next and then the next. It's more so this is happening simultaneously. Because of this electrical system, doctors need to use ECGs or electrocardiograms so that we can understand what's happening to the heart in depolarization, repolarization. And so let me readjust real quick. So the first thing we need to be aware of is the P wave, which is over here. And this is going to be the depolarization of the atria. Then we have what is known as the PR interval, where you can see right here. This is going to be the electrical signal that travels from the atria to the AV node and down through the ventricles. And the PR wave is going to reflect that brief delay in the AV node. Then we're going to have the QRS complex, or the QRS complex. And this is going to be the most prominent part of the electrocardiogram, and this is going to represent the rapid depolarization of the ventricles, where this is going to spread, the electrical signal is going to spread through the bundle of His, the Purkinje fibers, and it's going to allow the ventricles to contract. Then we have the ST segment, which is going to represent the time when the ventricles are fully contracted, and all the muscle cells are depolarized. And finally, the T wave over here, which is going to be the repolarization of those ventricles.